Howdy folks, and today's Star Wars lore episode is on the bounty hunter Bossk. Now, Bossk was a slimy and pugnacious individual, even by the loathsome standards of his own cruel reptilian species. And as a sworn enemy of the Wookiees, and a constant thorn on the side of his arch-rival Boba Fett, Bossk was despised by all who had the misfortune to encounter him. Now, Bossk's species, the Trandoshans, were reptilian creatures from a planet in the Kashyyyk system, a system shared by the Wookiee planet of the same name. Now, Trandoshans were fiercely predatory, strong, and natural hunters. They had scaly, foul-smelling hides, powerful three-clawed limbs, and ugly canine-like skulls that were characterized by sharp teeth and bulbous eyes. Trandoshans possessed formidable regenerative powers, including the ability to grow replacement limbs, digits and claws as well if needed. They were a species ideally suited to the bounty hunting profession, as they also took sadistic pleasure in both hunting and killing. Now naturally, the nearby Wookiee homeworld of Kashyyyk became a prime target for the Trandoshans' cruelty. Now, Bossk prowled the Kashyyyk system looking for easy prey during the Clone Wars, and often came into contact with the Jedi and other key figures of a galaxy in conflict. Early on, he engaged in a skirmish with Jedi Master Bant Aaron and her apprentice during the Republic's search for the separatist scientist Bit Peneth. The Jedi defeated Bossk, and he eventually wound up with a $35,000 credit bounty on his head for crimes against the Republic. Later on during the war, Bossk teamed up with fellow hunters Aurra Sing, a young Boba Fett, and the Klatooinian Castus to hunt for Jedi Master Mace Windu. Fett had a score to settle with Windu, and he destroyed the engines on the Republic cruiser Endurance, causing the massive ship to crash land on the planet Vancor. The bounty hunters took several hostages, including Admiral Killian and Clone Commander Pons. However, Windu was able to escape, and the hunters left the crash site. From there, the group travelled to the planet Florum to request the services of space pirate Hondo Anaka. Bossk was left to guard Fett's ship, Slave 1, as well as the Republic hostages on board. Before he could kill them, Padawan Ahsoka Tano arrived and tackled the Trandoshan, quickly freeing the hostages. And Bossk was held at gunpoint by Admiral Killian, but the intervention of Aurra Sing led to a fight between the bounty hunters and the Republic figures. Sing tried to escape in Slave 1, but Tana had damaged the ship and it crashed. Defeated, Bossk and his young accomplice Boba Fett were then taken prisoner and taken to the Republic Judiciary Central Detention Center on Coruscant. When Cad Bane actually got Boba to create a distraction to help him to escape with Morala Rival, Fett and Bossk actually took the opportunity to free themselves in the chaos. Bossk continued working with Boba Fett. The duo's next mission saw them travel to Tatooine along with Dengar, C-21 Highsinger, Oked, and Latz Razi. Now there, Oked was killed by rogue Sith apprentice Asajj Ventress, leading to the bounty hunters blackmailing her into taking her victim's place on their next assignment. Boba Fett and his team had been hired by the Belugan Major Rigoso to protect precious cargo while it was being delivered to his master via subtram. And while guarding the cargo, the bounty hunters were attacked by cage warriors who were after Rigoso's master's prize. Bossk was thrown from the subtram after being attacked with blinding dust by one of the warriors, but eventually collected his payment when the cargo was safely delivered. Now the Trandoshan then roamed the galaxy, taking on as many hunting jobs as he could. The more violent, the better. Now Bossk was armed to the teeth with blaster rifles, flamethrowers, and rocket launchers, and in command of a powerful YV-666 starship he named the Hound's Tooth. Bossk was one of the most dangerous of his kind as well. One of his nastier traits was a penchant for skinning his victims, and Bossk longed to bring as many bloodied Wookiee pelts as he could back to Trandoshan as a tribute to his god, the Scorekeeper. Now, as a son of Kradosk, head of the Bounty Hunters Guild, Bossk often had the pick of their contracts. However, when the Empire rose to power, Bossk regularly took some of the many bounties offered by the Emperor's New Order. And as they had been with the Separatists, the Trandoshans were delighted to work with the Empire. especially if the job was to help further harass and enslave the Wookiees of Kashyyyk. Now, Bossk specialized in Wookiee hunting and killed or captured hundreds of the species for the Empire's slave drivers, collecting numerous pelts in the process. Now, Bossk also successfully captured 12 Wookiees for private employers and delivered his bounty alive. His formidable reputation earned him the status of Monarch of the Kotile system. He was, though, eventually outmaneuvered by the hotshot pilot Han Solo, who rescued several Wookiees from under Bossk's nose, and one of them would turn out to be his best friend and first mate, Chewbacca. Now, Bossk also raised his profile for brutality even further by betraying, then murdering his own father and assuming leadership of the Bounty Hunters Guild. Now, under his dubious leadership, the group splintered into two warring factions, and Bossk was eventually ousted as leader. Now, despite the setback, Bossk later found himself aboard Darth Vader's Super Star Destroyer, the Executor, among a group of elite bounty hunters assembled by the Sith Lord to track down and capture the Millennium Falcon. Han Solo was the main target, and while Bossk greatly coveted the double bounty on the Corellian, it was the prospect of killing the Wookiee Chewbacca that gave him the most satisfaction. Now, this pleasure was denied to him when his rival Boba Fett outsmarted all the other bounty hunters and captured both Solo and Chewbacca himself. Having been eluded by the Wookiee in the past, Bossk was not prepared to lose another prize to his most hated competitor. Now, while Boba Fett was en route to Jabba the Hutt's palace, Bossk teamed up with several other bounty hunters, including Forlom and Zuckuss, and attempted to ambush Fett on Gaul. The Houndstooth intercepted Fett's vessel, Slave 1, and Bossk attempted to take Solo directly from the ship's cargo hold. But Fett was prepared for the duplicity and won the day, leaving the Houndstooth disabled and Bossk once more defeated. The Trandoshan lost his reputation and, embittered by his declining status, faded into the detritus of the Empire's underworld. And that is the Bounty Hunter Bossk and the rise and fall of his bounty hunting career. So if you like the video, be sure to drop a like, subscribe if you're new to keep up to date with all my latest videos, leave a comment or two, let me know what you thought of the video, and as always, I'll talk to you all in the next one. Later.